There. It's February 14th, 2013, and happy Valentine's Day! In the Philippines, we call it Happy Hearts Day. So what I did, I sent all the greetings for all my friends Happy Hearts Day in their texts. And this morning when I woke up at 8 o'clock, and of course, as usual, I had my shower. I prepared myself. I even prepared some cheese sandwich for my snack. And then Robert sent me a text saying that they're already in the warehouse. So I drove the van by myself and went to the warehouse then. And at that time, Adish came as well because he's going to work with us. And then I just started to prepare the stuff for Kravis because we have a setup there. And at the same time, Andy was there because he's in charge of all the Kirkland events since yesterday until the 19th. So he brought some of the stuff going there at Ritz-Carlton for the venue. And Adish was helping Steve to prepare for a wedding sample, which is at least at the Croquet Club, because they're promoting like wedding mass, like a mass wedding rather, for 40 couples. 40 couples? Yeah, 40 couples, imagine that. And they'll be there. Touchy Price was sponsoring for the flowers. And then, after preparing myself, I went to Cohen, I think. There was a rehearsal hall in Kravis Center. And I was able to set up like only 8 tables and one centerpiece on the stage. And I went back. The weather was really gloomy. So I came back to the warehouse and it rained a while, but what happened was Robert asked me to arrange the flowers that he designed. It's only 6 arrangements anyway in the pave with hydrangeas. I can remember the other flower, sort of like the family of spider mums, and it was a nice. It's better than the spider mums. It's white. It's all white with calla lilies and white stalks. So after arranging them, and the rain had stopped a while, and then I took the other arrangement for for East Point. I called it Panina and I could deliver it to them already. So when I was driving, it rained hard, so I was driving carefully until I reached East Point. And when I came there, I helped them out to put all the centerpieces on the table because I have to take a picture of it because it was my design. No, it was Robert's design, but I arranged them. The one for Kravis was my design. Although Robert gave me this what kind of flowers to be used there, like Gerbers, pink hydrangeas, and the dahlias, as well as the stocks, or pink stocks. Okay, going back to the East Point, Panina liked it. It's a different kind of arrangement. I took pictures of them, and then I drove back, of course, to the warehouse. And at that time, Robert called me up and saying that no, they're waiting for me. So when I got home, I got to the warehouse. We drove to Dante's for lunch with Adash, and Adash has to just have a sandwich for a quick lunch because he had to go back to Croquet Club to promote the Touchy Paradise, and to test the wedding, to see the wedding. And then when we were having lunch, I gave John Contos, who helped us for the Mellingers party, the check. But I just remembered I only gave them day 1, day 2, it was Saturday. So I forgot to give him the check for Friday. So we told him to come to the warehouse and pick it up then. So after our lunch, I had Salisbury steak, and came back to the warehouse, and I wrote the check, and then Robert signed it, and I went to Kravis to do the strike then, and it was quick. And Mr. Pedro, who's the manager there, dining manager, helped me out, and it was my first time to be in that rehearsal hall. It's on the 2nd floor. So after after I did the strike, I drove to PNC and deposited the other check from Mellingers because I'm planning to transfer my bank account of Bank of America, which I've been there from the very beginning. I came here in the States for 6 years already, to PNC because I had another account there for my tax. Formerly because they're charging me like $12 if I didn't maintain 1,500 monthly, and I couldn't do that anymore. And I don't want to be charged for $12 a month, which will cost me like, oh my goodness, more than 100 plus for a year. So I'd rather use that money for something else. Okay, so I'm deciding to do that before the end of February, so they will not charge me anymore. Even though I have some checks still from Bank of America, but that'll be best souvenir. Sorry, I'm being honest. And so After that, I drove back to the warehouse. Adish came back, and I started arranging again for tomorrow's event. The acrylics with flowers and sands with shells for that. And Adish did something else for hydrangeas. So after that, it was raining still, but Adish went home, and I called him up saying if he could, if it's okay with him to do the strike for me for Sunday, because we have an event for Old Marsh. But instead of doing the strike in the evening of Saturday, we'd rather do it on the Sunday, just lanterns. He can stay overnight with me. I said, okay, I'll prepare. I'll pack my stuff then to stay overnight with me then. And so after that, we didn't stay long in the warehouse because we're done with all the arrangements. And Josh worked with another agency for today, so I told him he's going to be working with us tomorrow, as he promised, because he has so much stuff to do tomorrow. I was planning to do the tax again, but I'd rather postpone it tomorrow. So we left. Robert and I left because we only have one car by 5 o'clock, and drove home. So it was really gloomy, but I just stayed home. I didn't go out because I feel so lazy going out with all this rain, even though it's Valentine's Day. And I called up Dan, but he's just staying home too. So what happened then? Robert prepared some dinner for us, and by around past 7 o'clock, we watched the episode of Glee, which we recorded 2 weeks ago. We haven't seen it yet. It's called The Naked One, which is a nice theme and a nice episode. And after that, I was searching for how do you call it, for the Crestwood Suite, where my friend Tony was staying in Orlando, because we decided. I asked Dan if he could come with me for a road trip going to Orlando on Sunday, the 24th February. So we decided to stay there in Crestwood Suite. But I haven't called up Tony to inform him, because we don't want to reserve to book ourselves for the hotel, and he's not be available on Sunday then. So I have to call him after this. And after that, I decided to to watch Glee, which is the episode for today. And it's a Valentine's Day. It was a wedding supposed to be of Emma and Will, but it didn't happen, like a runaway bride. But it was a nice theme as well. And most of the guys are coming back again. The one who break up had the makeup. And by the same time, we didn't able to watch last week's episode because Hulu hadn't showed it yet. Maybe tomorrow. And because we forgot to record it last week. So that's what happened. I just got back here in my house. And, well, I'm preparing myself again for tomorrow. So I have to sleep early. And to all of you, happy Valentine's Day again. May Cupid touch your heart. And enjoy the rest of the evening. This is Louie, and thank you so much for following my journey. Night.